We're trying to get girls and boys to know information, relevant information, where they can know that they will be supported, they will be heard, and they can have these awkward topics and they can be able to talk about them. So Girl District is for all the young people out here to be able to come together and break the awkward around sexual health. Thank you very much.
My question relates to a point that was raised earlier about the sustainability. So, given that the amount of resources that you'll be receiving is finite, so you mentioned that you'll be piloting it. So how exactly will that work? So will you print out like books with a certain amount of resources, and then as you said, use some schools and then see how to expand, and what will be the criteria also that you will choose?
We're planning to have pilot schools where we get girls and boys from the pilot school to join our mentorship program. As you can see here, the comic books are going to be written by the youth for the youth. So they come in, they learn, we go through our curriculum, and they talk about the topics they'd like to see. They will in turn become the ambassadors in their clubs or their schools, taking back the small comic books and going through them with the rest of their schools or the rest of their clubs.
Can you convince someone that books which talks about the topics of girls, sexual reproduction, I have to go for the Girl District books? What is unique for your books?
My unique selling point is the fact that they're written by the youth for the youth. So I feel like in the past, the books that have been written are not necessarily people who know the language to communicate to the students about sexual reproductive health. But I feel like we have a greater impact if you believe somebody just like you wrote this for you. So in that sense, I feel like that's our unique selling point, that this is something you can relate to, you know where it came from, you can trust that source.
We provide multimedia-based health education. So we use a mobile app that is linked to the website, linked to audiovisual system that uses videos and podcasts, and also USSD code. Because we believe it is a tool that attracts the interest of young people to learn about their health. But also, by leaving there, we shall leave copies of videos on DVD, and also we shall leave the written copies here, leaflets and booklets, so that they keep updating themselves about their health.
Sex ed is geared to educating young people, specifically adolescents, and it also allows them to be able to monitor and assess their health risk at the same time in one mobile app.
And I wasn't clear about what will you use the seed funding for exactly, if you can also elaborate on that.
The fund is geared to tailoring the content to the East African market more, that either translates into other languages, and it's also geared to driving adoption in the primary market. So we're going to use the funds to market to the schools in Rwanda. We're going to use it to hire a team of content developers that are constantly developing content, and not just content developers, developers as well.
The challenge is missing of information on adolescents about sexual and reproductive health, and that's why we came up with a magazine which is called the Optimistic Magazine. We will write about sexual and reproductive health only, and we will allow the user to interact with us when we are distributing our magazine to different places. We will interact with youth, listening to their questions, and we will be answering them to the next issue.
This is the idea. Just imagine while you're waiting for your bus, for example, at Nyabugogo, and you go somewhere, there's a free mobile ice cream selling point at an affordable price, of course. And while you're there, there's free Wi-Fi offered to you. You can surf. And there's a video pop-up every 3 minutes talking more on sexual reproductive health. And there's also someone ready to explain to you and give you more details about sexual reproductive health if you have any question. So we are not only targeting educated people, no school students, no people who can understand the video, but we're also targeting people from rural areas that are waiting for their buses. So after that, we know that these people are having a package of knowledge, and later on, we can also trace them with their mobile numbers because we gave them a free code for free Wi-Fi access.
Thank you for your presentation. Just a very random question. Why ice cream?
When you go to such places where they are selling ice cream, there is no big difference between girls and boys who are buying that ice cream. And what can you guess there if you use your observation? Maybe girlfriend, boyfriends. So if you are providing that sexual reproductive health awareness at the site, and it is a couple now which is receiving that, so you are reaching them in a better way.
Using ICT, the future of reproductive health education is through Tantine products and by Tantines. Highly trained team of medicals and psychologists deliver reproductive health education, mentoring, and counseling. Now the job of aunts is assumed by Tantines, which literally means little ants.
Nowadays, more than 50% of youth need more youth-friendly HIV and other STD testing. We get tested using our mobile application. We will reach their home and test them HIV, STDs, and serve them other contraceptive methods at an affordable price, as you see here. And using our mobile application, young people will be able to discuss anonymously and discuss about the daily topic about sexual and reproductive health issues. That will be a free service. Also, those services are very affordable here in Rwanda.
Good initiative, but then I have like two questions. One is, Rwanda now is actually having so many emerging clinic centers, or these sexual and reproductive health centers whereby like people can go and test and consult different things, and they're private and they're free. So like what are you bringing, what is new that you're bringing to the market? That's one thing. And the other thing, since yours is mobile, how is it really different from the awareness events or these outreaches that we were talking about, like mobile outreaches? Thank you.
Thank you. It's very easy. Nowadays, testing HIV and STDs, it's very easy. It's just using a rapid test. It takes 5 minutes. It requires a medical scientist only. And if we find that a patient is positive, we will just sign a memorandum of understanding with Babil. Babil is online doctors. You consult them via Skype or phone call, and they send you a prescription where you can go to the pharmacy and buy medicine.
What if we could have an umbrella in our bags, in our phones, but this time a digital one? A one you could walk around with your Karasharamye or with your newest iPhone 7. What if we could, all the ladies here have that? So today we present to you Umbrella. Umbrella is a digital platform that will be a working USSD mobile app and also web app that will be educating and empowering women to make informed decisions in their sexual reproductive health. A psycho-tracking system which will help mostly young women, teenagers, to actually learn how to track their cycle and learn how to really know how their cycle works and be ready the next time their period comes. And also, this will be a really nice feature for married women who wants to use an innovative solution like Urunigi. This will be the newest innovation of Urunigi. So you only just have to use this to know your fertile days and non-fertile days.
First question is in regards to the content development. Will you be hiring a team?
We mainly want to partner with different institutions, have really strategic partners so that we are tech people. We don't have medical backgrounds, so we want to actually partner with these people so we can have the right content.
iCare will function in 3 ways. The first is using its mobile app. The mobile app will be used for 2 functions. Mainly, the first will be the teaching part of the website. Through the teaching part, we'll be able to teach the youths on how to use the contraceptives, the condoms, or any other sexual-related equipment that they would need. The second important part of the website will also be used for sharing real-life experiences from sexual victims and also sharing medical information to the youths from medical experts. And now, the second important part of the website is that we will offer an online shopping part. This is where the youths will be able to buy online the contraceptives, the condoms, or any other sexual-related equipment that they would need. iCare project will have also a mobile app and a USSD line network. The mobile app and the USSD line network, they will be used for ordering and the home delivery of the contraceptives, the condoms, or any other sexual-related equipment that they would need.
We began in a TV show will be a reality TV show that will be bringing together parents and their children and stimulate them to have open, sexual-oriented conversations in their homes, in their daily activities while they are cooking, and stimulate them to open up to each other and tell each other all those little secrets that they've been keeping from each other forever. This is how we're going to do this. We're going to be distributing these flyers in the markets, in those public areas, and get the public to read and get to know what's in there for them to participate. The winners of the show will be getting some prizes like school fees payment, mutuelle de santé payments, and the viewers of the show will be the ones who will be determining which family has had the most genuine, the most open, the most truthful and knowledgeable conversation.
How would you determine the content of the shows? You're saying that it's a competition, right?
Yes.
So how will you, I guess, quality assure to make sure that the messages that are being conveyed are the correct messages, as part of the show? Maybe if you can explain a little bit more. And then maybe on the finances, you mentioned that I saw that I think one show costs around $800.
Yes.
So maybe you can just explain how did you come up with that cost, for the production?
About the cost of the show, basically, I will be spending money to rent the cameras. I won't buy anything at the beginning. I'll be spending money to rent the cameras. I'll be spending money to hire camera operators. I'll be paying the host of the show, and that's basically what I'm myself, an editor, a video editor, and a motion graphics artist. That won't take me, anything. But I'll be basically hiring 3 people and paying the rent of the equipment.
Would like to thank all our partners, iHomoko, K-Lab, and Entrepreneurium, who have really supported us along this selection, and who will continue to support us once we enter in the training phase and the preparation of the demo day and so on. So without further ado, congratulations again to the top 10. It's been a long way. It has not been easy to come to the fore. You remember last week you were 40 teams competing. This week you were 10 teams competing, and now?
Don't think that this is the end. This really just means that you need to work a little bit differently on the ideas that you are presenting. And again, we are here to promote entrepreneurship, innovative spirit. So really, in all that you do, keep the fire. Do not lose it. Don't think that because today you were not selected to receive a big check doesn't mean that tomorrow you cannot apply to another competition and get points. And again, we remain available to explain in more details why we selected this team or the other team. Again, in the interest of time, we cannot go through all 10 teams today, but we remain available. We're reachable by email, by phone. If we need to give you tips on how to change certain aspects of what you presented today, we'll be more than happy to do it. Without further ado, I know everybody is just like, okay, can you stop talking and give us the checks? So I'll ask Michaelia to please come on stage and help me announce the winners. And as you can imagine, the first one that we're awarding today is something that talks very specifically to ASRH issues, giving a very large platform for it. And it is going to use a very specific media to do so. Congratulations to Biganire. The second project that's going to win today, again, it was selected because of the originality, the fact that it's using some cultural traditions in addressing adolescent sexual reproductive health issues. And the team I'm so proud to announce right now is Umbrella. Just be announcing the two winners at the same time. All right. So these ones actually using different media platforms to promote the promotion of adolescent sexual reproductive health. One of them is actually touching on a medium that it's not always exploited, and that's why we actually picked it. And the other one is something that is a little bit more common in the sense that it uses an application, but again, the way to approach the target population really struck a nerve with us, and the fact that it's actually calling on a demographic group that is often forgotten when we talk about adolescent sexual reproductive health. So the two teams who we're announcing right now are Girl District and Tontine.
Partnership with UNFPA and UKAid, we have seen another great step in the program of the iAccelerator challenge. We have actually seen today the pitch contest of the 10 best participants in the iAccelerator challenge, and out of those 10 who presented their projects today, we select the top 4 who were awarded with 10,000 USD each as seed funding to get started with their projects. So the project we heard about today were all dealing with adolescent sexual reproductive health issues, proposing solutions using application, using different multimedia platforms, but also using TV shows. It was quite an inspiring day, hearing all these young people proposing something that is sustainable, that is financially viable, but most importantly, that showcases the level of entrepreneurship that we now have in our country.
To be very frank with you, I was extremely impressed by the level of creativity, by the innovation that the youth and adolescents were able to come up with and bring to the table. I think the decision was extremely difficult. As judges, we really had a difficult time to decide, but finally we were able to make up our minds on the 4 best. So I think the thing that struck me most really is how youth and adolescents are willing and able to really address the issues that affect them most and try to come up with ideas creative ideas and solutions to solve them.
Couldn't believe it. Like, I thought it was a joke and they was gonna, tell me, no, stop, we're joking. But the thing is, even, being chosen among the top 10, it was unbelievable. We were around 231 projects. Being among the top 10, it was unbelievable. And then being the first, I mean, I cannot, grasp what I'm feeling now.
Nowadays, it's not easy to find someone who believes in a youth project. Many people, they are saying we're lacking experience. We don't have abilities to implement projects. So it's really good, and we are thankful to the Imbuto Foundation and UNFPA, UKAid, and other partners who believe in projects and business of young people.